Hey everybody, Steve here with something a little different today. We'll see if I ruffle any feathers. It has come to folks' attention that there's a proposal to build a solar farm just north of the village of New London. And a number of local residents are opposed to the proposal and have started a website and online petition form opposing the proposal. I'll put the QR code up that links to the petition form. Now, it should be noted that these types of petitions online are no way legally binding, but they may be used to illustrate the opposition to the township trustees. Now, I'll say right up front, personally, I'm against the proliferation of these solar farms, and I'll get more into that in a minute. First, I want to say I understand those current landowners whose property is adjacent to or will be virtually surrounded by the solar farm have a reason to be in opposition. It will adversely affect property values, and to be honest, nobody wants to look out their window and have a solar farm as their scenic view. More importantly now, these solar farms really don't make sense in the grand scheme. You see, the power grid that we rely on to be available 24 hours a day, rain or shine, hot or cold, does that because the hundreds of generators that are online feeding the grid can instantaneously ramp up or down output as needed. That's why your lights don't dim when your neighbor's air conditioner comes on. Generators provide that flexibility neither solar nor wind can. And like it or not, the only viable alternative to fossil fuel power generation developed to date is nuclear power. But let's look at solar farms specifically a bit. Solar farms use photovoltaic cells. From here on out, I'm going to say solar cells so I don't have to stumble over that word, to convert sunlight directly to electricity, creating direct current DC flow. But of course, we don't use DC to power our homes. We need AC, alternating current. Data on the Clean Energy Shift website indicates that existing solar farms operate at about 65 to 75% efficiency. The other 25 to 35% is lost in the conversion from DC to AC. Now, the lifespan of a solar farm is about 20 to 35 years. Now, that seemed like a long, long time to me when I was much younger, but now I realize that's just the blink of an eye. So what happens at the end of the lifespan? Well, according to the U.S. Department of Energy website, cumulative solar cell waste in the United States is projected to be between 0.17 and 1 million tons by 2030. Now, granted, most solar systems are still in the early years of their expected lifespan, and more data is needed to understand when, why, and what volumes of solar panels are reaching end of life. We also got to keep in mind that weather damage and installation errors are expected to accelerate end-of-life issues. Now, recycling processes for silicone and cadmium telluride solar cells do exist, but in the United States, the total cost of recycling is still generally greater than the cost of disposing them in a landfill, so we know where they're going. The bottom line, these solar farms don't make sense for us. The benefit to the electrical grid is very small, and the impact to valuable farmland is large. What these solar farms do is make a few people feel good about themselves as they think they're saving the planet, and it make a very few people a lot of money. You see, they don't have to make sense or be profitable in the long run. They make their money up front. Through so-called green energy subsidies and tax breaks, that's our tax money, by the way, they make their money and then ride off into the sunset, pun intended. I encourage everyone to educate yourselves about the true benefits and cost of these solar farms and see through the, hey, we're saving the planet marketing. And let your elected representatives know how you feel. Well, I'm Steve. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.